We're going to take a quick look at another issue to do with cash flow, and we'll see what impact it can have on our self-build or small property development projects. So if we go to our model, and we've got some basic parameters here for a detached house, 4 bedrooms. It's medium average finish, and we're going to say its end market value is 350,000. So this is effectively our development appraisal, out of the box development appraisal, and we're looking at a developer's profit of 25%, which is on the high side, and we're looking at a land budget of 72,000 and a build cost of 195,000. If we go through to the construction options here, and we take a look at the procurement route. So the procurement route is how we are going to acquire the tradespeople or the builders to actually do the work, and there are different ways, different forms of contracts that you can retain people. So some of the options we've put in here are: you can do it yourself as a DIY person with the odd help from some specialist trades. You can employ subcontractors directly who will do all the work for you, so effectively you are the project manager. You can employ a main contractor, and then you can decide to choose which subcontractors you'd like. So if there's specific specialisms that you'd like to include, just a main contractor, and then there's the design and build. Design and build is like a turnkey approach. So if we go for a main contractor, we can see that that is the basis upon which our model is developed. If we switch over now and we go to DIY and subcontractors, we can see actually that it costs us more to do the work than it does if we employ a main contractor. It's not a big difference, but it is a difference. It's something like a £10,000 difference, which is counterintuitive. Now, part of the reason for the cost increase is to do with the amount of time it takes to develop the property. If you are doing the work yourself, it takes longer to do the work, which means that you incur costs for additional finance. So you may find that you're saving a lot on labour, but it takes you that much longer in order to actually do the work. So if you're having to rent a second property, the extra time is also means that you're incurring interest payments as well as additional housing costs for yourself, until you get to the point where you can move into the property, and at that point you become something that you start living in, and so you can take a view on the extra costs. The other thing actually with DIY versus employing a main contractor or a package contractor is that when you go down the DIY route, the VAT treatment is slightly differently. So what we'll do is we'll take a look at the VAT section here, and what we can see is that we are charged actually quite a lot of VAT if we go down the DIY and subcontractor route. And the reason for that is that builders don't necessarily have to charge you VAT on building new homes. Whereas if you, so this is VAT for builders from HMRC, and it says here that if you're a builder, you may not have to charge VAT on labour and materials. But if you are building the project yourself, you can reclaim the VAT, but you have to pay it up front. So this is a timing disadvantage. So here at the end of the project, we can reclaim on completion. If you attempt to make a reclaim partway through the project, you actually may not be able to claim all of this back. So you have to be very careful about how you treat VAT on a self-build project. So just one or two things that are interesting about the procurement options and how they may or may not impact cash flow and things like VAT treatments. Okay, we'll look at some other issues to do with cash flows and development timing on another video. But for now, I hope that was useful.